Hello Flosstube, I'm Tanya the Starlet Stitcher and welcome to my craft room. Just kidding, I don't have a craft room, but I do have a really big master bedroom, and so I have my own little nook on my side of the bed where I can have all my stitchy stuff with me. Isn't it awesome? I love it, so I hope you do too. But anyhows, first I'm going to start with thank you so much to all of you and just the outpouring of love and understanding and all of the good things from my last video a couple weeks ago. It was very encouraging to have such a huge welcome back, and it makes me really happy that there were some new viewers who enjoyed what I was able to show that week. And so that being said, this week's video is going to be substantially shorter probably, but it's still some good stuff. So let's get right into it. I have a finish and 2 mini finishes to show you, and then we'll talk about my plans for November. Alrighty, so the 2 mini finishes, I worked on the season 2 Year of Celebrations by Hands On Design. I'm trying to do 2 blocks of this a month so that I can have this done heading into the new year. And so yeah, this month I worked on, well, I didn't work on either one of them before you last see me, but after that I did them. I did October and April. And so here's what I've got going so far. I'm going to finish these into little individual pillows when I'm done. So that's why I have them all spaced out. And this is what I've got done so far. And then my newest ones that I worked on since we last saw each other was I did October. Now doing all the stuff in the air on this one was kind of, I don't know, kind of crazy looking at the chart and then stitching it on there. But the pumpkin part was super easy, so that worked out pretty good. Sorry, my cats are kind of being crazy this morning. There's just no way around it. So apologies if you hear them do that again, which you probably will. But yeah, I really liked the autumnal, however it is you pronounce it, colors on those flying leaves and stuff. And then we get to the April bunnies. This one was probably my favorite one. It's so cute. I really liked doing that one too. And this one was kind of the same thing with all the little stuff flying around in the air that they have you do on this one. But the end result is super cute and I like it a lot. And I'm glad that I did that. And while we're here, I'm sure you probably noticed, you see this little ouchie in my fabric there? It's a good thing I'm doing this in individual thingies because I was bad and left my clips on this overnight and put it in my project bag like that, whereas normally I take off my clips before I do that. But yeah, don't do that, guys, because that might happen to you. And if it's on a piece where you're supposed to actually like stitch over that area, I don't know. I guess there's ways to repair it, which I don't know how to do. But for me, I can work around that and not have to worry about it with how I'm finishing this. But seeming how I did it, I figured that I would take the oops so that you would not. And hopefully you can avoid that by not doing what I did. Take your clips off, guys. Okay, and so my big finish was I finished Autumn Love in between last time and yesterday. I FFO'd this last night. So let me show you how that came out. Oh, here it is. Now I just finished it how they showed on the chart. You get the moose head wall decor item from Hobby Lobby. The item number is on the chart whenever you get it, but I'll also put it down below. So I took my needle nose pliers and plied up the metal moose head, and underneath it there's also a wooden moose head that you have to pry out of there. So you want to be kind of careful doing that, and that you don't accidentally damage like this wood part that's in the back here, because you don't want these to come off. But like you also don't want to, like, you know, be yanking and like punch yourself in the face or something like that. But other than that, the rest of this finish is super easy. You're just gonna put it on mat board and stick it down in there with your hot glue and center it as best as you can. And there you go, super easy. And if you want, you could also add like, you know, floral decorations, like maybe in fall colors like orange and reds and stuff if you want, and make this a little bit more fancier. But I decided to just keep it as it was. But that's just some extra ideas that you can do. This was a super fun stitch, and it came out very cute. I like this one a lot. Okay, and so since I have this finished, I also want to give a heads up, because last time I said, you know, some things about the chart symbols can be a bit funky if you don't have a heads up, like the oh, I put the chart symbols away. I'd have to actually like crinkle the plastic and stuff to get that back out. But anyhow, there's like a T and an upside down T, and the colors are almost the same on the chart, so just be aware of that. And once you know that it's there, it's a whole lot easier to avoid having mistakes with that. But also, the other thing that I found out since I was working on this since then is on the DMC 646, it tells you to get 4 skeins if you're working on 25 count, that's what I'm using, is 25 count fabric. I needed to get into 5 skeins, and I don't really feel like I'm particularly wasteful about floss, but if you've started this, or you have the chart and you're wanting to kit it up and have it for later or whatever, go ahead and get 5 skeins, because you're probably going to need it if you're doing it on 25 count. If you're doing 28 or 32 or higher counts, you might be okay. But with the 25 count, I advise going ahead and getting 5 skeins on the 646. All of the other colors were fine in regards to the number of skeins the chart said to go get. And there we go. Very cute. Super happy with that one. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about my plans for November. Me and my plans, or should we say fake plans, like what we were talking about. I think we were discussing that in Suki Brown-Eyed Stitcher's one of her live streams. Somebody said, oh yeah, fake plans. We make our plans, but we never stick to them. Yeah, that's me. I'm kind of in that club. But hey, I still get a lot of stuff done, so it's all good, right? But anyhow, the plans that need to get done this month, no excuses, is I have some Christmas gifts that I need to get stitched up and finished, so that in next month in December, I can actually have them wrapped and mailed off to where they need to go, and the people will receive them on time. So the stitching and the finishing needs to happen this month, because I don't really want to do that all at the last second. That's probably the worst idea ever. So the plans is, the third pillow that I need to make for my nieces is this one with the elephant and the owls. And so this will be the same size as that skateboard giraffe and the Christmas unicorn ones that I did. And so this one will take me probably most of the, well, I don't want to say most of the month, but you know, this is the biggest one that I have planned to do this month. So that one needs to get done. And I added 2 more, because I don't know why I keep adding projects to the list, but I don't know. I see the stuff and I think that it will match somebody, and so then it ends up being a Christmas present for them, and then I have to do it. Okay, please tell me if you have that problem too. Like, you can't just stick to your plans and the list, like, I'm only going to do this, then I can go on and do this. Oh no, we have to add a million other things in between. Is that you too? Please tell me I'm not the only one, because sometimes I feel crazy. But anyhow, so this little one with the little tiger and the bee. Now this one is quite a bit smaller than these other ones. These ones I've been turning into 14 by 14 pillows, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one, even though it is smaller. What I'll do on this one is I'll just add borders all the way around. That way it'll fit in the same size pillows that I already have, so I don't have to go buy another pillow for them. But this one is going to go to another of my daughter's cousins, and so hopefully she'll like that. It should only take me only a few days to do, I hope, because it's a lot smaller. So we'll see how that goes. And then this one, Corgi Caboodle, I'm going to do this one for my stepmom, because those little dogs on there, I swear, she has 3 dogs and it looks exactly like them. So I had to get this chart, and I'm going to make this for her for Christmas. Now, I have not picked out my flosses and fabric for this exactly yet, but I have decided that I'm going to do this on a 32 count, because on a 32 count, it works out that it will fit really good in a 4x6 frame, and my stepmom likes to have stuff in frames, so that will work out perfectly for her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my stash of extra flosses and fabrics that I've cut off from the stuff I've done throughout the rest of the year, and I'll probably change those flowers because they're pink on this. I'll probably change them to like a red, because that's her favorite color is red, and we'll see what happens on the rest of that. But this is in the plans for this month because I want to make this for her for Christmas. And it's a small, so it shouldn't take that long to do. Probably a few days, maybe, for me. And so we will see how all 3 of those go. Okay, so while we're talking about plans, okay. Oh my goodness. Have you guys watched Karen the Needlebug and Teresa Little Stitcher? It's super fun to be on their live streams. A lot of the time I miss them when they're live, so I have to like rewatch them when they're replaying or whatever. Don't mind Buddy back there. He's trying to play with my flosses again because he knows that I'm busy and can't get him. So yeah. But anyhow, it came up during Teresa Little Stitcher's live that they're going to work on planning to try to do a collaboration so that both of these lovely ladies will do a live together for us. And that's going to be awesome. So stay tuned and keep watch on both of their channels, because you definitely don't want to miss that whenever it happens. And they'll probably be talking about how the plans are going and give us a heads up on the date and all of that. Okay? So that will be super fun, because it's, oh my gosh, it's so, if you haven't been on during the actual live, like, you just won't stop laughing. It's just all like, I mean, you know, well, there could be some serious stuff too, like, I messed this up and how do I fix it? Or, you know, other generalized questions like that. But there's also sometimes like the most randomest conversations, and it's super funny. It really is. I have a good time every time that I tune into them. So you guys should too, if you have not already. Or at least rewatch the lives if you can't make the lives when they're actually live, which, like I said, a lot of time is me. But hey, you know, I can just laugh to myself if I'm the only one watching at the time that I do. And also, too, Teresa Little Stitcher's last live stream, she decided, because she's gotten enabled so many times by the rest of us, that she decided to enable us right back. Okay, so the plan is she's going to be starting up a stitch along, and it's going to be revolved around Bella Filipina's newest chart release. It's called Magwayen, I think. I probably completely butchered the name of that. It's a very pretty chart, and so the stitch along will be, if you want to do that, then that's going to be started up in, I think, January, to be discussed, and also hashtags and all of that are yet to be decided on. So keep tuning in to her live streams, and then you'll get the information on that. But if you don't necessarily want to do that particular chart, you can also join in by stitching on another fancy lady that maybe you want to start, or you've already started and it's in progress, or whatever. And so I decided that that would be a good time to start my Starlet by Mirabilia, because I already have the chart. I've already kitted it up, so it's ready to go. I wasn't planning to do this until, like, you know, May for like Mirabilia May, or maybe June for a birthday start. But okay, Teresa, it worked. I got enabled to, and now I have a start. Gonna have a start that will be a lot sooner than what I had already planned, but I don't know. I don't really count it as being bad, because it was kind of in the plans, just not as soon. But so yeah, I have not done a Mirabilia before, but well, number one, I had to get this chart because hello, it's called Starlet and it kind of matches my name for YouTube and Instagram, so I had to get it for that reason. But I think that she will also be a good fancy lady to start with, to have as my first one, because she only has one bead. So, and she doesn't have any crinics either. So she only has just DMC and just one kind of bead. So that can't be, you know, that can't go too badly, can it? But yeah, so yeah, I did that. And then my fabric on her is going to be this 32 count Desert Irisy Lugana. Who's this by? This is by Zweigart, it says. It's just, I mean, you know, I kind of liked the colors that she was on here on the cover. You know, not too crazy on there. But because she doesn't actually have a lot of bling herself, I decided to add it in opalescent fabric. So that's what I'm going to do on her. And I think that she will look pretty whenever she's done. So yeah, I will be doing that hashtag and the stitch along and stitching on this during Teresa's live streams. And that will be my plan for this. If I can fold this back up, it's like a map, you know, you undo it and then it doesn't want to go back the way that it was. But yeah, so that's all of my upcoming plans. And I meant to talk about what kind of fabrics and stuff that I used on, you know, on Autumn Love and season 2. I'm pretty sure I did not. So check the description box below where I'll put that information. I'll also add Teresa Little Stitchers and Karen the Needlebug's channel links down below so that you can go and check them out if you haven't already. And also I'll link in the video to Teresa's live stream where she's talking about that stitch along for the fancy ladies. And I'm pretty sure she has a picture of Magwayen, which again, I probably totally butchered that name. It's the newest Filipina charter. And so yeah, that is everything for today. I'm so glad that you all tuned in. I hope that you enjoyed what I had to show. And I'll be back in a couple of weeks to check in with you on how all this list of stuff is going. Hopefully really well, because I have some big plans for December, and so I need to do all my November stuff so that I'll be ready for December. All right, bye guys, have a great day and wonderful weekend, and yeah, see you later.